Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Shout out my guy Crafty, man, out of Fresno, man. Hook me up, hook your boy up with the Wrist Rich. You know what I mean? The Wrist Rich tee. You know what I mean? Hard logo on it. They got my logo on the back. Nice little collab we got going on. Hey, Crafty, I'm going to get with you. I need 20 of these. Real talk, I need 20 of these so I can send them out to the members, man. Let me know the price. I want to give some of these out, man. People need to see this, man. Dope logo. Just dope. You know what I'm saying? So what's the love-hate relationship that... Why do people hate Carson Wentz? It's not even a love-hate relationship at this point. The media is a funny place. It's very fickle. To me, it seems like the easy thing to do... Let me get up under my tree real quick. Get up out of this shade. To me, it seems like the easy thing to do is to say Carson Wentz ain't built like that. The easy thing to do is to say Carson Wentz ain't good. The easy thing to do is to treat Carson Wentz just how y'all treated Russell Wilson a couple years ago. Just how y'all treated Andrew Luck a couple years ago before y'all anointed these two dudes. It's the easy thing to do. It's a rite of passage for a GOAT. It's a rite of passage for a GOAT. Either you sitting behind somebody to learn, or you get thrown in your first couple years and you do good, and then they try to, they try to borderline you like, maybe he good, maybe he not good. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Tom. Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. You know what I'm saying? But they threw Russell out there. They threw Carson Wentz out there to go through their rite of passage that way. Tom sat behind Bledsoe. You know what I mean? Did Drew sit behind somebody for a little minute? Listen, man, it's not guaranteed that you're going to come in and they're going to anoint you this savior right off the bat. That's not how it go for quarterbacks. But a couple of these guys, like Pro Football Focus, man, I don't understand Pro Football Focus coming up with a top 50 players in the league list and not having Carson Wentz on the list. And then you have a top 10 players who should have made the top 50 and don't have him on that list either. It's mind-boggling to me, man. Shout out to my guy Colin Cowherd, man. And shout out to my guy Will, man. He sent me a video with Colin Cowherd, and that's what sparked this video. I want to put my 2 cents into this, man. Why the hate on Carson Wentz so much? Carson Wentz out there doing his thing right now. Look at Carson Wentz's last 3 years. A lot of people like Colin Cowherd and myself, I go by this philosophy myself. I don't like to judge a quarterback on his rookie season. It's just not fair. We're not going to hold Daniel Jones or Dwayne Haskins accountable for anything that happened last year. It's just not fair. But look at Carson Wentz's last 3 seasons. 80-something touchdowns, 21 picks, a 4-to-1 ratio. What's not to like? What's not to like? Because he played for the city of brotherly love? What's all this hate on Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz out there in Houston working out with Jalen Rager, working out with Arcega-Whiteside. I'm glad Arcega-Whiteside there. Working out with Goodwin, working out with dudes who are new to the fold. The same way he worked out with D-Jax in the offseason. Why D-Jax looked so good week 1. Getting that rhythm down. What's the hate about Carson Wentz? Why are y'all so scared to say he's that good? Don't worry, I'm going to keep making these videos, and y'all going to come to me when it's all said and done, when they say Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in the league next season. Come on. A 4-to-1 touchdown ratio in the last 3 seasons, and one of them seasons he was throwing at UPS package handlers, lawn mowers. He was throwing to nobodies in one of them seasons, yet we still got to disrespect him. Carson Wentz never had a top 10 wide receiver in the game. Never had a top 10 wide receiver in the game. I don't think he ever had a top 15 wide receiver in the game. He never had a 1,000-yard receiver. Never had a 1,000-yard receiver. Lists like that really screwed me up. And then Colin Cowherd brought up another point. Another list came out. A list, they're doing a league-wide draft. So everybody get to pick the best available people. Everybody gets to pick who they would draft first. And in this type of draft, you picking who you would start your franchise with. Listen, Patrick Mahomes, Carson Wentz, and Russell Wilson should be the first 3 off the board. Carson Wentz was picked 13. I don't think a lot of people know football. Some people said they'd rather start a franchise with Nick Bosa before Carson Wentz. So you'd rather start a franchise with a pass rusher before a quarterback? That don't even make sense. It don't make sense. They had Nick Bosa before Carson Wentz, and they had Drew Brees before Carson Wentz. You would rather start your franchise today with Drew Brees before Carson Wentz. Drew Brees got 2 years left. You're going to be restarting in 2 years. You see how you guys don't think, how logical people think? All this hate towards Carson Wentz makes no sense at all, especially coming from Michale Bennet. Michale Bennet hating on Carson Wentz. Why? Why? Michale Bennet saying Nick Foles was better? How could you know? Because you played for us? How many passes did you catch from Nick Foles and Carson Wentz to compare it? How many passes did you catch? That don't even hold no validity coming from a defensive end. Now, you can say that Nick Foles was able to galvanize the locker room better. All these myths about Carson Wentz, how he a bad teammate, he's selfish, this, that, and the third. It's everybody is jumping on the same bandwagon because it's the comfortable bandwagon. It's the comfortable bandwagon. A couple years ago, it wasn't comfortable to say Russell Wilson was probably the best quarterback in the game. They blamed it on the genius of Pete Carroll. They blamed it on the defense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't comfortable to say it a couple years ago. Now everybody comfortable saying it because that defense broke up and now Russell out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? They never was comfortable saying that Ben Roethlisberger was the best quarterback in the league. They're not even comfortable giving Ben Roethlisberger his flowers right now. If you look at it, they're not comfortable with that. They're not comfortable with saying, look how long Ben been doing it, multiple chips, put Pittsburgh back on the map. They're not comfortable saying it, bruh. They're not comfortable saying it, man, because it's all media manipulation. The media is comfortable telling you guys that Dak Prescott is an elite talent when the Dallas Cowboys don't even believe it. The media is comfortable telling you guys that every year the Saints are going to be in the bowl when they ain't been there in 10 years. The media is comfortable telling you guys the same stuff over and over and over again, and we eat it up. We eat it up. It's media manipulation, man. These lists are all rigged based upon what the talking heads say. Nobody wants to be called an idiot on air. Nobody wants to say that's wrong, that makes no sense. Nobody. When you got content creators like myself coming out here saying the Philadelphia Eagles are going to make the playoffs. We're going to win the Super Bowl. It might not have been popular, but it damn sure happened. It's easy for a content creator to look at the Philadelphia Eagles at 5-5 and say it's over and say it's a wrap. My comment section flooded full of that for the last 3 years. When the season was coming down to a close for the last 3 years. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let's start focusing on off-season, Brunson. For what? We going to the playoffs. It ain't over for us. It's easy for content creators to do that because they follow in the footsteps of media manipulation. That's what we differ at. Listen, man, I'm always going to be defending Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. He's a special talent. He got the second best arm in the league as far as arm talent go. Carson Wentz is that dude. They didn't want to give it up to Luck. They didn't want to give it up to Russell. And I expect them not to want to give it up to Carson Wentz easily. In fact, Carson Wentz going to go out there and take respect. He's going to go out there and take respect, and there's not going to be much that these dudes can say about it.